everyone. Welcome to your social class. This is your social teacher Venkatratmama. How are you all? See, as usual, happy and healthy. Very good. See, today I came with a new topic to you, that is handicrafts and handlooms. Handicraft and handlooms. Very interesting topic, children, which is related to our location. Right. See, first we have to know the meaning of handicraft and handlooms. Before going to start the topic, I would like to say a word about you. Okay, what is that? Subscribing, children. Please subscribe to get more videos. Don't forget it. Right. So, handicraft. What is the meaning of handicraft? Handicraft is nothing but a beautiful article, a thing or any doll prepared by hands. Prepared by hands, not machine. Remember that. A thing or any decorative items or any any doll is prepared by hands is called as handicraft. Many things. I collected many pictures to you to show you. Okay, so just wait for a few minutes. I will show what are the handicraft goods. Right. Next, handlooms. Handlooms is nothing but actually the meaning of handloom is a mission. It's a simple mission to weave the cloth. To weave the cloth. But even cloths also. Cotton cloths, handloom-made cloths are also called as handlooms. A cloth or a sari or any dress material prepared by handloom. Now mission. Handlooms is called also handlooms. Cotton dresses, cotton sarees or cotton cloth is made by this mission is called as handlooms. Okay, two topics, very interesting topics you have. So before that, you just watch a glimpse of images, handicrafts. Here we go. Pictures. Right. Now, here in your lesson, they given a case study about Polaya. Polaya belongs to Yerukala tribal family, and he has a wife and 3 children, and he is a basket maker. Basket maker. See, many articles are there under handlooms, handicraft, but here they given basket weaving. Okay, let us discuss about this basket weaving. And Polaya, 35 years age, belongs to Shankavaram and present in Patashan district belongs to Yerugala family. Right. See, he is struggling a lot. What he struggled, what were the problems of him, and how from which place he migrated to other place, and what problems he is facing, and what of the women belongs to Yerugala family. Let us discuss today. Right. So, Polaya belongs to Shankavaram. Here, he is a basket maker. And these baskets, handicrafts, day by day the fashions are changing, going on changing. The taste of the people, the likes of the people, expectations of the people is going on changing. So that's why these handicrafts are going to decline slowly in those areas. So that's why Polaya and this 25 families, along with Polaya and 25 families were migrated from Shankavaram to Ongole, which is 80 kilometers long, 80 kilometers distance from Shankavaram. Right. So they settled in those areas. Now, they prepared baskets. See, what are the material uses for basket making? Let us see. See, raw materials are the spines of wild date palm. The spines of wild date palm, nothing but either barrelu or either chettu. Right. Next, cane, bamboo and knife. Cane, bamboo and knife. See, some places where the date palm leaves are not available. In those areas, they are generally using canes and bamboo. Cane and bamboo also. Right. One more important is knife. So knife is the important tool to prepare the basket. Okay. And here, every time he back to Shankavaram and he purchasing 10 bundles of these leaves. What leaves? Palm leaves. 10 bundles of palm leaves, which are take 2 months time. Okay. Again after 2 months, again back to Shankavaram and purchasing bundles of leaves and preparing basket and selling that. Okay, so let us see what is the cost of that and all. Each bundle, 10 bundles actually he purchased. Each one 120 rupees. 10 bundles totally 1200 rupees. And traveling charges nearly 100 rupees. Totally 1300 rupees is his investment for basket preparation or basket weaving. Okay, now you see 10 bundles are, with the help of 10 bundles, he prepares 255 baskets. 250 baskets. Okay, these 250 baskets he purchases on the cost of 20 rupees each. So finally, he gained 5000 rupees after completion, after selling off all the baskets. But is that income of the person? No. Because the investment has to decrease from the income. Am I correct or not? The investment amount is 1300. Right. So deduction of 1300 from 5000, totally 3700 rupees is his income. So here, Polaya's income is 3700 rupees for 2 months, not for month even. 2 months. Is that sufficient for their family? No. How could his family is running with a very meager amount, with the less amount? How can they live the life? Very difficult, no? Am I correct or not? See, the prices are going on raising. How could they live the life happily with this meager amount? So that's why he also prepared trays and stands. Trays and stands. Trays. Okay. So trays, do you know what are the trays? Okay. Using for cleaning the rice. Okay. Chartalu. Did you get my point? Chartalu. It's called as trays. Next stands. Not only these are children. Nowadays with this material they are preparing furniture. Even furniture also. Some more beautiful items to hang here and there at home. You get my point? See why these also prepared by Polaya? To gain more amount. To gain more amount. But again, what happened? Many problems. The amount is not at all satisfied, not at all sufficient to run their family. Right. Okay. So where the demand was declined in their village, that's why he came to urban areas. Where he settled actually? Urban slum area. Okay. So this slum area, obviously slums are lack of facilities. There is no proper drinking water facility. There is no proper drainage facility. There is no proper electricity, no proper roads, and here and there lack of cleanliness. And mosquitoes and flies are full of some millions. We can't count it. Because of this drainage, open drainage over there. Why the people are selecting only slums in those areas? Because some slum areas, the rent are very less. Rent means houses rent is very less. That need by the persons. Poor people cannot give more money for rental manner. So that's why they usually selecting slum areas when come to urban areas. Right. So that's why he settled in slum area and facing this also. See additional problems, all this. One side economical, financial problems, one more side these physical, what we can say, problems, surrounding of problems. Okay. But here, these people are migrating from one place to another. Okay, did you get my point? So that's why they did not get the democratical rights here. What are the rights? First, they did not get any identification. What identification? They don't have election identification. They don't have ration cards. These are the prior identification for the person. if they gain these two, definitely they will get the right to vote. When they get the right to vote opportunity, definitely they get better facilities to their areas. Understand? The migrated persons are very less people are gaining these two opportunities, voting opportunity. But more people of many areas of India, they did not get any opportunity. So that's why lack of facilities are going on continuously. And one more big problem is the government. What? The government? How can they face problem through government? The municipal corporation are now and then evicting them from those areas. Evicting them, sending out from those areas. Right. So these are the big issues, big problems. With all these problems are leading their life. Right. So next, the women of Yerukala family. Yerukala family is a special tribal community. I said in first. Okay, tribal community. Did you hear this? Tribal, the word tribal. Tell me some few tribal names which are present in Andhra Pradesh. 6th class you already studied. Chenchus, Gonds, Kondareddis. Yes or no? Yeah, just you have to recall. Like that, Yerukala also one of the tribal community present in Andhra Pradesh. This tribal is scattered throughout here and there of Andhra Pradesh. Especially, their language is different. Their language is three languages, combination of three languages we can see. Telugu, Kannada, Tamil. Three languages words we can see in this language. Special kind of language they are using. Okay. And women especially, women is working along with his husband and doing all the house chores, additionally saying Sodi. And the women of Yerukala family is called as Yerukala Sani. What called as Yerukala Sani. Why they are saying that? Because these women are telling fortune telling. They are saying fortune telling. Fortune telling means Sodi Chappadam. Sodi Chappadam means future. What's going on in future? What happens in future? They are saying to the person. Okay, they are saying to the person as well as the society what happened to next generation. Definitely they will say all these future things, which is called as Sodi Chappadam. Have you ever seen that kind of women in your surroundings or any other places? Tell me. But I have seen in my childhood. In my village, many people, Yerukala tribal is near to my home only. All these women are in the morning to evening, continuously one by one women is coming towards the houses and they are roaming around the houses and saying Sodi. Okay, how can they say that? I will try to say how she is saying. Yeruka Sabutanamma Yeruka. Unnati unnattu sabutanu, lenidi lenattu sabutanu, జరిగింది చెబుతాను, జరగబోయేది చెబుతాను. ఎరుక చెప్పించుకోవే తల్లి, శుభం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకే, కంచి కామాక్షి పలుకు, మధుర మీనాక్షి పలుకు, బెజవాడ కనకదుర్గమ్మ పలుకు, కాశీ విశాలాక్షి పలుకు, సత్యం పలకవే తల్లి. So all this kind of sentences are using and finally they are telling the fortune of the person. What happened in the past and what happens in the future. What is the present condition of the person. Everything is they are saying. So instead of that they are taking count of money, either money or grades. Okay, I will show her picture children. Right. See. Now, handlooms in Dharmavaram, handloom weavers in Dharmavaram. Dharmavaram is a village in Anantapur district of Andhra Pradesh. See, Dharmavaram sarees are very famous sarees in South India, of course, throughout India also. Right. So, Dharmavaram sarees are woven interlocked weft technique, and Dharmavaram sarees are benchmark traditional craft industries. It is a benchmark. What is the meaning of benchmark here? Benchmark, it's a standard reference which things may be compared. It's a standard reference. It's a standard reference which things may be compared. To compare the things, this benchmark is usually using in these industries. Okay. Next, so Dharmavaram sarees, how it will be so colorful when we wear it, looking so gorgeous. The color combination of sarees are excellent. If foreign people, foreigners may comes to, whenever they come to India, definitely they wear saree because such kind of privilege taken by our Indian tradition and Indian sarees. Okay, and here the sarees are designed with the kundans, stones, pearls, and based on the people taste, based on the fashions, they design in different manner. Okay, and it also received a patent rights. What is a patent rights? Patent rights is it's a granted privilege. These sarees should be sold by themselves. These Dharmavaram sarees must be sold by Dharmavaram Industries only. Other industries should not sell it. Okay, that kind of privilege, that kind of rights they took by Dharmavaram sarees. What a great thing. And here, weavers are not producers, children. They did not producing here anything. Means the material which are using for preparing saree, weaving a saree, like silk, colors, and some fashionable items to apply on it. All these things are purchasing from markets. And very important thing is silk yarn. Silk yarn is very important to weave the silk saree and Dharmavaram sarees. Okay, this silk yarn also prepared by farmers. Do you know this is also one of the agro-based industry. These cocoons, what we can say, silkworms. Silkworm cultivation is also based on agriculture. So that's why it is called as agro-based industries. Very costly. Cash, what we can say, cash crops. How we are treating cash crops. Like that, this harvesting also, silkworm harvesting also based on more income. It gives more income to farmers. These silkworms are grown by mulberry leaves. And finally, after some period of time, it gives a cocoon. These cocoons are given silk yarn. So it's a big process. Many stages over there to get the silk yarn. From this silk yarn to get the thread, and after that how it getting dyed, and after that what are the tools are needed to prepare the saree, how they are tying it, finally how they weave the saree. So like that, many stages over there to prepare the saree. Much struggle will be there, much hard work behind a saree. Behind every saree, much hard work is there. Understand? I will show what were the stages behind it.
The silk yarn is locally called kachapattu. The raw silk extracted from the silk cocoon undergoes some process before it of kachapattu twisted together to make convenient for trap. And this process is called as supari. Next, tie and dye. This silk yarn is dyed with colors. Dyeing means color agent. Coloring by dipping the yarn in boiling color water at very high temperature. And the process is repeatedly doing that. Means boiling and cooling of the yarn help in the uniformity of dye application. This process is called as tie and dye. See, under this process, we can see many tools and machinery, children. For example, wooden loom, and which is the main tool for weaving. Next, small knife, trucks of mice, horns, and other tools we can see. Other tools nothing but these big containers for boiling, iron rods for dyeing, etc. And under that, computers. And nowadays computer also using, do you know that computers and punched jacquard cards for designing. With these tools they are designing the design, whatever design is thinking them, and plan the design, and the same design is going to apply on the saris. Right. Next, weft making and wrap making. What is that? Weft making and wrap making. Weft making is nothing but bobbin winding work. Bobbin winding work, which means the thread winding to the bobbin by using yarn. And these bobbins are using for the process of yarning. Next, wrap making. Wrap making is nothing but setting the cross threads for the cloth. Right. So all after doing all these settlements, finally weaving, the process of weaving. See, by using this handloom, which is very important important machine for weaving, and taking this machine and preparing a cloth. And to complete one sari, they nearly take 1 week time, or 5 days at least they will take. And these are the complete stages of weaving.
Andhra Pradesh is the second largest handlooms are present in India. What is the first largest? First largest number of handlooms are present in West Bengal. First, West Bengal. In West Bengal, more number of handlooms are present. That's why first place. Second place is Andhra Pradesh. And here, day by day, the tough competition is going on between handlooms and power looms. What is a tough competition here? See, power looms are using synthetic fiber. Synthetic yarn they are using, and handlooms are using silk or cotton. Here, silk or cotton is costlier and looking not so shinier than synthetic sarees. Synthetic cloth or synthetic dresses or synthetic sarees are looking so fashionable, so attractive, so colorful, and less amount. See, what are the so many qualities are many qualities are there. But here, even the price is very less. But when come to silk or cotton, the cost is very high, and qualities are very less. High cost. Second thing is not fashionable, not so colorful, not so attractive. But here, synthetic items are so attractive, very less price, and more period of time it can survive. This competition is continuously going on between power looms and handlooms. So that's why the decline of handlooms, and there is no work to do for weavers. What they will do? They know only weaving, nothing than that. What they will do? Many problems are there. Some handloom centers or factories were shut down, and they diverted their work into another way. These weavers, they don't know another work to do. So that's why they again depend on master weavers and middle persons. These middle persons are taking important role for purchasing it. What the people, middle persons, these middle persons are actually purchasers. They are purchasing raw material from the markets and giving to the weavers to prepare. After that, themselves, they sell to the society, they sell to the other people. And here, weavers, what they will do? Only preparation of the saree. They should not involve in any matter like design of the saree, or any special effect of the saree, or cost of the saree. Everything is done by middle person. Okay, and these kind of middle person spread throughout the world, and now they are taking the important role in the society. There is no importance for the weaver. weaver is just taking remuneration after completion of sarees. Okay, everything is given, suggested or ordered by middle persons. Next, master weaver. Master weavers also same, taking the role, important role in the society, and they are giving all the material to the weavers, and after completion of sarees, master weaver is giving remuneration to the weavers. But weavers are every time, the sufferers are weavers only. They not even getting proper food for them. 24 by 7 they are struggling to lead their life along with the family. But even though they're not leading a good family, good conditional family. Okay, and that is about the problems of societies, problems of weaver, common weaver of Andhra Pradesh. And here we discussed about only Dharmavaram. But here in Andhra Pradesh, many silks are present. Dharmavaram, Uppada, and Srikalahasti, different silks are available. Here I collected many sarees, many pictures of sarees to show you children. Just you watch it. That's all for today, children. Hoping you enjoyed with the video, and if you have any doubts, you please comment in comment box, and don't forget to subscribe to get more videos. Till then, take care. Bye bye.